This is incredible, the detail of the carving. These are all three come from the same temple.
Curator Pat Allen has spent years uncovering the truth behind some of Glasgow Museum's treasures. The carved stonework dates back to the 11th century, but these artefacts were taken illicitly from Indian temples in the 19th century, and it was this discovery that began the repatriation process.
Well, it's a bit of a relief, really. I've been aware that they shouldn't be in our collections, and I don't really want to hear the word museum and loot constantly repeated. I think if something's stolen, we have a moral duty to give it back.
Indian delegates visited Kelvingrove Museum today for the official transfer of ownership ceremony. It's taken 18 months to sign the papers, which will allow them to bring these items home.
We really hope that it sends out a positive message and almost start a rally of such events and such repatriations. All these artifacts which were in India and were wrongly sent abroad or removed out of India. So there is a cultural, emotional connect with those artifacts.
Museums across the UK have resource centres like this one, storing millions of items with centuries of history. But it takes time to fully understand the origins of each item and form relationships with the countries involved.
I think there's a responsibility of museums as a source of honest and accurate information to research the collections, what we term provenance research, to understand their history and to be able to represent that to people in an open and honest way.
This replica showcases Glasgow Museum's first repatriation effort 24 years ago, but not all museums are so forthcoming. Today could mount pressure on other institutions.
I think museums don't seem to bow to pressure. A lot of museums are working on repatriations. We're working in, I know there are others, for instance, working on Benin. We're the first, Glasgow is the first public institution to return material to India, and I don't know why that is.
It's a difficult and sometimes uncomfortable part of British history to reflect on, with many items stolen or bought illegally during the colonial era. But it's one that must be confronted if Britain is to right its historic wrongs. Louise Scott, News at 10, Glasgow.